Earlier this week, cross-dressing was formally removed from Guyana's Summary Jurisdiction Offences Act after the Caribbean Court of Justice (CCJ) ruled that this section of the law serves no legal or social purpose and inhibits the right to freedom of expression. On Wednesday, during an interview with the newsroom, Joel Simpson, the managing director of Guyana's Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination (Sasod), welcomed the successful passage of the bill. He, however, emphasized that much more work is needed.
Bring real meaning to the McEwen decision. The entire Summary Jurisdiction Act should have been reviewed in the context to see how else other provisions might violate human rights and fundamental freedoms. And we know that there are other provisions which are used to target transgender people on the streets, provisions around loitering, vagrancy, some offences related to sex work, and so forth. I think to really give full meaning, the entire act should have been reviewed and not just simplistically redoing what the Caribbean Court had already done by removing the offence.
Section 166 of the Summary Jurisdiction Offences Act, which deals with prostitution, is one section which has negative implications for LGBTQ+ people. This act says that it is an offence for any male person to engage in prostitution, engage in solicitation for immoral purposes, and loiter in any street or public place for the purpose of prostitution. People who are convicted in these regards are liable to fines, imprisonment, and/or whipping or flogging. Many activists have been calling for the decriminalization of sex work for a number of years, and Simpson said this is one example of how various sections of the Act infringes upon fundamental human rights and stressed that the Act should be further reviewed. Meanwhile, with the decriminalization of cross-dressing already successful, Simpson said that emphasis has to be placed on sensitizing stakeholders to help with the implementation of the decision.
We're advocating for a real implementation of the McEwen decision. For the government to implement the decision, there needs to be broad-based, comprehensive training and sensitization of state actors, especially those state actors that usually target transgender people for cross-dressing and LGBTQ people generally. So the police become important, the uniformed services, and the social workers who work in the state agencies providing social services, healthcare workers. There really needs to be comprehensive training and sensitization programs which are sustained and led by the government. That's not currently happening. They've made no commitment to do that. That's real implementation of the decision.
Simpson said that he is hopeful that Sasod can partner with government in effecting further meaningful change. Reporting for the newsroom, I am Vishani Raghavir.